In the early morning hours of August 9, 2013, a man called 911 from a dark, isolated highway in Texas. His voice was panicked and his words were confusing. And what he described has been debated ever since. This is the case of Brandonlawson. His disappearance left far more questions than answers. Brandonlawson was a 26-year-old father of 4 living in Texas. By most accounts, Brandon was close to his family, especially his brother Kyle, and he was trying to get his life back on track. Brandon had struggled with substance abuse, financial stress, and personal challenges. But in the days leading up to his disappearance, nothing would suggest that he would vanish without a trace. On the evening of August 8th and into the early morning hours of August 9th, Brandon left his home in San Angelo, Texas, after an argument with his longtime girlfriend. He was driving toward Abilene when sometime after midnight, his truck ran out of gas on Highway 277. Brandon pulled over and called his brother Kyle for help. Kyle agreed to bring his brother gas, and later, Kyle said that during this call, his brother seemed irritated and agitated, even paranoid, but not incoherent. At some point, Brandon abandoned his truck and started walking, believing he was being followed or threatened. Concerned, Brandon made a decision that would define this case forever. At approximately 12:50 a.m., Brandonlawson dialed 911. What followed is one of the most disturbing emergency calls ever recorded. Brandon can be heard saying, "Yes, I'm in the middle of a field. I see them. I need the cops." At one point, Brandon even tells the dispatcher, "I'm running from them." The dispatcher struggles to understand what exactly Brandon is trying to tell her and is wondering exactly where he's located. Brandon never clearly explains who they are. The call ends abruptly, and Brandon is never heard from again.
911 emergency.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just pushing guys over. Right here going towards Abilene on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here. I got to take the to the woods. Quick flirting.
Okay, now run that by me.
The one I talked to home. I surely ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
That's the first guy.
You need an ambulance?
Yes, no, I need the cops.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Kyle arrived at Brandon's truck shortly after the 911 call. The truck was unlocked with Brandon's wallet and phone left behind, but no signs of Brandon. Police, volunteers, and search teams scoured the area for days and then weeks. Helicopters, dogs, ground searches, nothing. Brandon had seemingly vanished into the night. Over the years, several theories emerged, although none have been definitively proven. Theory 1 is disorientation or substance influence. Some believe that maybe Brandon was under the influence of drugs, leading him to hallucinate and have extreme paranoia. Theory 2 is that Brandon witnessed an officer running somebody off the road and doing something corrupt. Was this a cover-up? Theory 3 was that this was some kind of hoax and that he just wanted to vanish, especially after his argument with his girlfriend, and that he was safe somewhere living large. Theory 4, environmental factors. In the middle of the night, and the area around 277 has very rough terrain. It's possible Brandon fell or was injured. Others argue that Brandon genuinely encountered someone or something threatening that night. In 2022, nearly 9 years after his disappearance, Brandon's remains were discovered less than a mile from where his truck had been abandoned. That obviously eliminates the theory about him creating a hoax and living large somewhere. While this provided answers for the family, it also reopened a variety of painful questions. How had he been missing for so long? Why was he not found when his body was less than a mile away from the truck? What do you believe happened to Brandon Lawson? As always, stay curious, stay skeptical. This is Rod and Real. Please like, share, and subscribe.